Welcome to the Refine and Shine, the podcast dedicated to mastering the art of continuous improvement and optimizing every aspect of your life. I'm Angelina Rivera, your host, and together we'll uncover the secrets to refining our lives, our habits, and our processes to unlock our inner brilliance. Join us on Refine and Shine, where we'll delve deep into achieving more in life without the burnout and without all the stress. This podcast is your platform for a more fulfilling life through continuous improvement and personal growth. In each episode, I and a diverse array of guests discuss practical strategies for up-leveling every aspect of your life. From developing good habits and organizing your space to refining your mindset and personal goals, we're going to explore it all. Our guests share personal stories about the systems they've developed or systems they've used and the tweaks they've made in their lives when refinement was needed, allowing them to truly shine. Listen to Refine and Shine to learn how you can implement continuous improvement techniques in your daily routine, develop and maintain healthy habits that lead to success and satisfaction, organize your life to reduce the stress and increase your productivity, foster a growth mindset that propels you to new heights. My mission is to inspire you to take bold action, make positive changes, and become the best version of yourself. Whether you're aiming to elevate your career, nurture meaningful relationships, or enhance your overall well-being, Refine and Shine is your guiding light. With over 25 years of experience in continuous improvement, I help businesses streamline their processes, establish efficient work areas, and implement standard work protocols. I have trained over 600 individuals and teams in process improvement, optimizing workflows, and enhancing overall operational efficiency. Tune in every week as we embark on an enlightening journey, exploring paths to refinement and illuminating the way to shine in every area of our lives. Subscribe now and join us on this journey to polish your life and let your best self shine through. Thank you for joining us on Refine and Shine. Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Refine and Shine podcast. I'm super excited to have my guest here today. We met about a year ago in person for the first time, but I've known her for a little over a year and a half, thanks to my supply chain job, but I'm super excited. She has an amazing story. And when I first heard her speak and she talked about what she does, I was like, I didn't even have a podcast, but I knew that she was on my list. Like one day she's going to be on my podcast. So I'm super excited. Like if you have those dreams or you have something, a thought, like run with it, write it down and make sure that you follow up with those thoughts because it's so important. But my guest today is Megan Militello. She is an Army veteran. She served for 6 years. She had 2 deployments, and she also earned the Bronze Star. She is a supply chain optimization manager at Alaska MEP, and she is co-founder of the Summit Manufacturing Association. She is a former food entrepreneur and founder of Elevated Oats. Megan now supports Alaska's makers and manufacturers by helping them grow, solve challenges, and connect with the resources they need. She's passionate about building community and advancing manufacturing across the state. Thank you, Megan, for joining us today.
Thank you for having me. I'm so excited.
Yes, I'm super excited because I follow you. Not only do I know you, but I follow you on LinkedIn, and you are just always out there doing your mixers, doing all kinds of things. But life wasn't always like that, right? So how did you get to where you are now? Like take us to the beginning. Like what made you start to share and just all the things you've done?
Oh man. If we go all the way back, it just starts with kind of not having a community, growing up with broken home, going back and forth, moving a lot. Joining the military was that first community that really felt tight knit, right? I mean, on deployments, you're with people, you have to trust them with your life. That's just it. And you're around these people and you like them or you don't like them. And so it really became that connection. But after the military, it was kind of the same thing as my youth. It was a lot of moving around. It was relationships where I may not have had good values and things where that was reflected back at me in those relationships. So a lot of ups and downs. And my second husband was also a veteran. he ended up having a psychotic break, and that really brought mental health into my life. I mean, that was like a slap in the face of, hey, this is what mental health looks like. And going through someone kind of going into this new phase, like a different baseline, taught me so much. I ended up moving to Alaska with in my dad's basement, leaving my whole life, not really having to plan, moving from my air traffic control career that I grew through the military and then as a civilian. And just taking a chance on a new chapter, right? Like taking a chance on saying, this is not the life that I wanted, that I thought I was creating, and I have to do something about that. So moving to Alaska, and I lived in Hawaii for almost 12 years. Moving to Alaska was just such a different change of pace. I didn't know winter ever. I had grown up in California, so just like snow, I mean, it's a rugged life here. You have to do a lot of work just to like live through the year. Um, and then I just kind of got into other things in life. I started a business. My dad supported me. He lived up here, so it was nice to be close to family again, have that support system. I had a manufacturing business called Elevated Oats. We made granola, and the granola was one part, but that wasn't the story. The story was, how do we help people understand their relationship with food and understand their thoughts and understand community and getting outside and doing those things for their mental health. Um, so that's really it became like a whole different narrative, right? And then life happens and it's like, well, this again wasn't exactly what I thought it was going to be. Maybe I'll take a chance and do something else. I got into work with the MEP, which is where we met.
Mhm.
I was now helping manufacturers more on that industry level, which was really interesting. And then now I'm going through a whole nother transition because our MEP here in Alaska is not going to be housed under the university. So uh, lots of grant money pocket things going around to where here we are. I'm starting another business with my former business partner where we're going to now build that community here in Alaska because it's needed. And I know how much community can really help you come out of dark places or just being an entrepreneur and thinking that you're alone throughout the process. It's like if you have people around you that are going through those same things, it really can help elevate everything else.
I love that. And I think that the community is so important. One of the things that, and like with you being in Alaska, it's like there's not a lot of people like it's rugged. I like, like you said, and I live in California and the weather's usually nice and it's not hectic, but going from Alaska I mean, from California, Hawaii, then you had your deployments and then you're now in Alaska, like it's a different change. And the thing that I love about you, what you've done and shown is that you also like you've really taken care of your health. And I remember when we met and when we had that one event in South Carolina, you actually were out there running and you were doing all the things. Like you are consistently a person that takes what they're said they're gonna do and do it, right?
I mean, I see how I feel the power, right? Like I
Yeah.
know those things are powerful. We just have to have a little bit of that discipline to give it to our future self. Because
Mhm.
that's really what it is. It's like we got to do the hard things for a better whole marathon of life.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. And it's like just if we take the things and use the tools and all the resources and just get out of bed, which is sometimes hard for people, just getting out of
Yeah.
bed and then just doing the small things every day is going to have compound effects. And I think that that's so important. And I also can relate to the community. I mean, my husband and I are a part of a nonprofit that helps veterans move their bodies by way of remote control cars. We actually have some vets and reps that are in Alaska, and they use that just to move their bodies and get into community with other people that are, like the mental health. The mental health is huge. We have family members. My husband has mental health issues, my daughter and my son, and to be have somebody that you can talk to or relate to, and just making sure that it also starts with us too. Making sure that we voice what we're dealing with is so important as well. And that we're moving our bodies. Moving your body, if you can do anything, move your body. Go for a walk, a 5 minute, a 10-minute walk. So
Yeah.
tell me, what's your exercise? Because you're all about fitness. So what is your like routine like?
Oh man, it's all over the place. I would say my funnest thing recently is hip hop dance videos. I don't know if you like to dance a lot, but
Uh-huh.
30 minutes, man, you could be sweating. And it actually like it's so much fun. So trying to think outside of the box of just I'm going to go for a run or I'm going to go to the gym. I think a lot of people, you know, we may not have had a good experience doing that, or it is really hard. So it's like, how do we bring a little fun into the picture? And then that's also fun to bring kids into it. I now have two stepsons that are at our place half of the time. So being like, hey guys, let's do like a hip hop video, you know, and we all just get to laugh together while we're dancing in the living room, you know. So yeah, think outside the box. I would say on those fitness things. I know it doesn't always have to be so rigid.
I love that you say that. My daughter recently, she's lost a lot of weight, and and I was like, "What are you doing?" She's like, "I just start playing the Wii every night, and I do the or Just Dance." And she does the Wii or Just Dance, and I'm like, the game is so old, like probably 20 years old, but she does it, and it has helped her so much because she's like, she gets the anxiety of going into a gym and the anxiety of and just getting outside the house, and so that's one of the things she does. And then some days they go for walks, but my husband will be listening, making dinner, and he'll blast country music or something, and we just dance while I dance while he's making dinner, and it's just something like easy and fun to do. So we gotta get rid of the excuses and find out what brings you joy, and can you just do it for 30 minutes? That's all it takes, right?
Yes, yes. And then bringing more people into the family all together for it is even better.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. So, is Elevated Oats still a company right now, or is it?
It's not elevated. We shut down elevated 2 years ago. And it's so funny because people, when they see me, I'm very associated. I'm the oats lady. I also like have it tattooed on my fingers, and I was very committed to this plan. Um, some people don't know that it's over, but yeah, we're done. But that transition, what we had built, I couldn't stop that momentum. One of our out of the box marketing techniques to build the community was to have monthly hikes. So we were doing these monthly meetups, getting people to all join. Hey, everybody on social media, we're going to have this event, come out. And then I would give everybody granola. And I'm like, hey, try this granola. It's made locally. Um,
Yeah.
so we did that for a few years. And when we decided to shut down Elevated Oats, I couldn't stop the actual community part. So that transitioned into Elevated Community, where now that's been happening since 2021. We're going on year 4. I have started empowering our community members to lead the hikes. I actually just messaged them this morning because in the month of April, with what we've already had and what we have coming up, there's 7 different hikes where our community has these opportunities to get outside. It's free. You move your body, you get around like-minded people, you get that confidence because I mean, we just said Alaska's rugged, right? Like it's
Mhm.
scary, it's raw. There's bears, there's a moose in my backyard right now, right? Like it is wild. It's just wild. And so having that group, it really changes, I can get outside. I can go on this hike that I've never been on, but that I want to, but maybe I don't have friends that are into that, or maybe I'm new to Alaska and I don't know what hikes there are to do, or I want to find friends. So we have this community that I probably put in a few hours a month just sharing different events that people want to do, but seeing what they create and what they do together with barely any effort, it blows me away. It's very, very amazing to see.
We'll be back after a quick break.
Feeling overwhelmed by endless to-do lists and constant distractions? You're not alone. Many professionals and entrepreneurs struggle with never-ending tasks that spill into personal time, difficulty prioritizing what's truly important, a lack of clear structure in their daily routines. Well, let me introduce you to your Unlock Your Time Potential program, an 8-week coaching program designed to help you reclaim your time and boost productivity. What you will gain is proven strategies to manage your day effectively, techniques to eliminate distractions and stay focused, tools to align your daily actions with your long-term goals. Ready to take control of your time? Join the waitlist today and be the first to know when enrollment opens. Don't miss the opportunity to transform your productivity and achieve your goals. Check out the link in the summary notes.
I love that. And it just starts, with just, we started with one and now look how much it's expanded. I think
Yeah.
that's so amazing. And then you also have the mixers you do as well, right?
Yeah, so with the MEP, I, I saw the power already from the hiking community of what getting together in one place can do. And then just a few little prompts on one thing we do with the hiking community is once we get to our point, we ask for, I like to do a rosebud thorn of the week. So it's a nice little reflection exercise, which you can do in your professional setting, you can do at work, you can do with strangers. And it's just what was the best part of your week? What was maybe the most challenging, being that thorn? And then what are you looking forward to, which is the bud? So you see these perspectives from someone, and maybe we all did the same thing and we asked that question, and you get a deeper insight and you get that deeper connection with everyone around you. So doing the mixers now, like going more onto the professional side, I've heard different people work together where it's a tortilla manufacturer and a brewery, and they're shipping flour with cans on top because they need to take advantage of filling a container, right? And the shipping costs, what we have to deal with here in Alaska is just astronomical. So having those creative ways to be a little bit more efficient, save some money, save some energy, and you just have to work together. We just need to get the people in the room and be like, hey guys, have you ever thought about doing this? Yeah, like why not? We all go in on a container and everybody ships it up. But we need to create the opportunity, right? So doing that, that's been a year and a half, I think almost 2 years now. And with the MEP going away, it's again something I can't stop that momentum. We're going to keep doing quarterly mixers where we're going to bring in suppliers, bring in legislators so that we can really have a voice for our Alaska manufacturers and makers, and so that they have that space to grow and work together.
I think that's so important. And you just thrive on community. And I love that, it was something like you said earlier, it's like something that you got once you went into the army, like you got to experience community and you have enjoyed it so
Mm.
much. And of course it's not always been like that, right? But when it wasn't like that, you found a place where you could create that. And I think that's so important.
Yeah, and I would say too, like it takes trial and error, right? If you don't have a community now, find those things that you like and explore the options in your area. Like there's yoga groups, like talking about dancing, there's ecstatic dance groups that get together and they're just dancing. I mean, anytime in the day. Yeah. So there's a lot of different pockets of interest that people can explore to see if that does bring a little bit fulfillment and connection and support to your life.
I love that. I love that. And it's just you got to look for it, right? Like take the action to look for something and see what sparks you joy, and it sparks that whatever you feel like you want to do, and then find it. And nowadays it's so easy to find things with the social media, all the things. It's just you got to go and do the work to find it, and then just get involved and take the first step, right? Take the first step and get into the room. I think that's
Yes,
so important.
totally.
And so with this new thing that you're working on, or like what else are you doing? Like tell us what you're doing, share with us. Because you're
There's so
doing a lot of
much.
great things.
I do a lot of things. Yeah. I was just on with a friend slash our like financial person, and I'm like, hey, my job's going away and this is what I want to do. And she's like, yeah, you're a serial entrepreneur. So I'm like, I just like ideas.
Mhm.
So right now we do have the Summit Manufacturing Association where we're building up the manufacturers. We're also going to so that I can supplement my income from my previous job. We're also going to share our knowledge and experiences for those early stage food and product-based businesses. With having built Elevated Oats and building that brand and the impact that we made, I know how important it is to have like good logo files, have consistency, have your branding guide, like have the colors and stuff match your audience. There's so many things that we have to learn as entrepreneurs that sometimes you can shave years off of your life if you bring an expert in to just be like, hey, help me real quick. I'm ready to roll. And I want to be that person. Like, we want to make someone look like $1,000,000 before they even go and hit the shelves or they think about it. So we're going to use our knowledge and experience to really help those entrepreneurs also. And then also elevated community. We have these hikes consistently all the time, and I really dream of creating an app where we're able to find those adventure buddies like wherever we are. So maybe those groups are happening just through a little touch of a button. So that's a whole nother venture in the future.
I like that. I love that. I mean, it's just like what's the next level? Not just like, okay, this is working, but where else can I take it? And like the app sounds amazing, and I can't wait to for you to have that. And the other thing that you were talking about is just helping vendors like our manufacturers in the food industry. Now, is that going to be just particularly just for Alaska food manufacturers that you're going to focus on, or are you going to focus worldwide?
We can actually focus worldwide, just building that foundational brand. So it doesn't have to just be for Alaska. Right now, we're here. People know the previous brand that we built, but this is definitely something that can be across the board, nationwide. It really is. It's really about building that strong foundation for you to launch your business.
I love that. I love that. And I think that so many people can use that. I mean, just like when I started my podcast, I didn't know what I was doing, but I used people that had done it before, and somebody who's like, hey, she had built a podcast, and she's like, hey, I'm starting to help people build their podcast, and she loved doing it. And she's like, I'm gonna make this a business. And I think that if there's something that we find that is our like we're living in our purpose, and there's something that we love to do, like why not like share it, and and if we can make a business out of it, like let's do that. I think that's awesome.
Yes. Yeah. Why not?
Love that. And so just anything else you want to share with the audience today? I mean, you have so much that you can share, and you're just you have this beautiful smile. Like we all love her when we're on our meetings and she's not there. We're like, oh, it feels weird because she's not here.
Thank you. Oh, anything else? No, I mean, there's so much that can be shared. I would say a few just tidbits to take away, right? We can build our confidence in many ways, and confidence comes with competence, and that takes practice, and that takes being uncomfortable. So sometimes we just gotta go for it, right? And it's scary. I do all of these things and I have a smile with the confidence behind it, but I'm terrified all the time as well. But it's about having that support system and having the people to back you up. Um, there's so much. So thank you for sharing these things with people so that, they can take this knowledge and take this information and really just level up their life a little bit more. Like, how do we become better every single day, and not better than other people, but better than we were yesterday? Because that's all we need to compare ourselves to. Just got to keep
Yeah.
going up.
I think that's so important. It's like comparison is what the thief of joy, right? When we're always looking at everybody else and we're like, oh, well, this person's doing this and this person's doing that. Don't worry. Look at the person in the mirror. That's your competition. That's the person that you need to make yourself better each and every day. And what kind of legacy are we going to leave behind for our future selves, or like our children or our loved ones and stuff like that? Um, because if we want them to remember us as somebody who's happy and sparking and has the joy in our lives. And when we're just moving on to the next or worried about what everybody else is doing, then we're not worried about, like the first person we should worry about is us. And it sounds selfish when people say that, right? But it's true, because we can't pour from an empty cup. And so I think that's so important. And with all the things that you've gone through in life, like the army and being a veteran with 2 deployments and all the things, like life was not always easy, but you have so much joy by doing all the work that you had to do. And I think that that's amazing. So I just want to thank you for that. And one of the things I didn't mention though, also is that she has an amazing TED Talk too. And I'll put the link in my show notes because I think that's important too, just so you can get a little background and you can hear her story, her background story and see who she is today. And you will just see that she has made some amazing strides. And I think that's something amazing. And so sometimes our present circumstances may be horrible or may be very stressful, but we can be the one that makes the change. And I think that's important as well.
Yeah, totally.
And so before we wrap up, what is something, a word or a phrase, something that you can take from my listeners today, an action so that they can, in order for them to refine and shine, something they can do today?
Mm. When you mentioned this to me earlier, I already got a great one-liner, one of my favorites that has really stuck with me and changed my perspective on just everything around me. The world is full of people waiting for someone else to make the first move, right? So sometimes we have to be the ones to make the first move because other people are probably also afraid of making that move. And sometimes, we stumble, but it makes us stronger.
I love that. And I think that when we stumble, we take it in as a lesson. We don't fail, we just take it as a lesson. And maybe it didn't work out. Well, then we learned the lesson and we can help people not make that, mistake again that we made. And I think that that's really important and that you're teaching other entrepreneurs like how they can go and get everything together and get ready so they can make that launch sooner than trying to put everything together by yourself. I think it's important too.
Yes, yes. Have it set up and squared away from the beginning.
Well, I love it. I thank you. I thank you. And for my listeners, you need to follow her, and I'll put her TED Talk in the show notes. So thank you very much. Thank you, Megan.
Angelina.
Thank you for joining us on this episode of Refine and Shine. We hope you find valuable insights and inspiration to fuel your journey of continuous improvement. Remember, the key to success lies in refining your processes and letting your inner brilliance shine. If you've enjoyed this episode, be sure to subscribe to the podcast and leave a review. Your feedback is greatly appreciated and helps us reach more listeners like you who are eager to refine and shine in all areas of life. Stay connected with us on social media for updates and additional resources and behind-the-scenes content. We love hearing from our listeners, so feel free to reach out with any suggestions, questions, or success stories you'd like to share. As we wrap up, remember that the power to transform your life lies within you. Keep striving for growth, embracing change, and seeking opportunities to refine your skills. Together, let's continue to shine bright and make a positive impact in the world. Until next time, keep refining and keep shining.